What's good, everybody? It's Tony Bruce. Welcome to another episode of Tony Bruce TV. And today we're going to talk about the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful, right after the intro. And once again, we back. I'm Tony Bruce. I'd like to welcome everybody to another episode of Tony Bruce TV. Today we're talking about the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful. Now, number 1, I think this is real important. You ladies and gentlemen need to know that success is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So if you can't discipline your actions daily, you will not be successful regardless of the goal. So you must first identify your goals and then act every day doing actions that will eventually get you closer to your goals. Time is our most valuable resource, and you should use it wisely at all times. So for instance, if you wanted to do 50 push-ups in a row by the end of the month, would you wait until the end of the month and try to knock out all 50? Or would you practice on working 10, starting out 10 on the first day of the month and just increasing by 1 every day until you got to the end of the month? So, basically it would be much better if you started doing the push-ups at the beginning of the month and increase the amount daily until you reach 50. So that's pretty much the same thing how you got to look at success. It's like small incremental steps to get you closer to your goal. So you just need to make sure that you're on track every day, even if you only do like 2 things a day. But we're going to get into that too. So basically, understand that success is not a marathon. And that's number 1 in the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful. Now, number 2 is self-motivation. Now, we all know that life gonna drop kick you, drag and punch you, DDT you, and then end with a Rasengan spirit bomb. But it's up to you to keep on pushing because the game is not over until you quit. So the minute you quit, then yeah, it's game over, So things are gonna get hard, but most times anything worth having is gonna take some hard work and determination to push through any trials. Because trials and tribulations, they're gonna come your way, especially on your journey to success. So just remember, you're gonna always need to be self-motivated, even in the face of obstacles or things that may appear to slow you down, but a lot of times it's making you stronger. So just remember that success is, it's not a straight road. It's more like a zigzag road. It's like a zigzag line. It's like a zigzag path. It's not start to finish in a straight line. You're gonna have many obstacles and setbacks going through your journey. But just remember, you never lose if you keep pushing. And you never lose. Just have the mindset of that. You never lose. You either win or you learn. And when you learn, you just create a different plan, adapt, and you just come back stronger. So if you want your goals as bad as you want to breathe, then you're gonna get it. There are no obstacles that can stop you anyway. So that's number 2. And the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful. That's self-motivation. And number 3, never stop learning. This is real important. So you never stop learning. Only fools think they know everything. Everybody should always be a student, and whatever your profession or your skill is, you want to never stop learning because things are always changing and evolving. And if you decide to stick with just one knowledge set and refuse to grow or adapt with culture or with nature, that's how nature works. Everything evolves. So if you want to be this stagnant, rigid rock, then it's only so far you're gonna go with your skills. So it's always good to always keep learning. Reading or even learning from seminars, it gives you the ability to absorb information gathered from someone over a lifetime in a few days. So this is so beneficial because instead of making all the mistakes yourself, you can learn from the mistakes of someone else. You can learn from someone who made those same mistakes and develop practical solutions to avoid the same mistakes. And that will elevate you faster towards your goals. So continuous learning ensures that you improve every day, which allows you to make better career and life decisions. So number 3, like I said, is never stop learning. And you don't always have to be a traditional reading book. You could do audio books, informational videos. You can pay for a webinar or online course. The thing is that you continuously learn and educate yourself. So that's number 3. And the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful. That's never stop learning. Number 4, and the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful is how to sell. Now, selling is not really like trying to get over on people. Selling is simply convincing someone of the benefits of the trade. So life revolves around human interaction. So basically, when you sell to someone, you're just exchanging money for value. So you have to sell yourself to fans if you want them to purchase your music. You have to sell yourself to your potential spouse if you want to get married. Excuse me. And if you want to be rich, you have to sell yourself or your product to investors. So remember this, people trade money for things they find more valuable than the money that they just spent. I'll repeat that. People trade money for things they find more valuable than the money they just spent. So we're going to let that soak marinate for a minute. So just pretty much remember, number 4 in the 5 things you need to know to be successful is how to sell. And number 5 in the top 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful is make sacrifices. Like, the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. I know y'all done heard that one before, so that's not mine, but the dream is free, but the hustle just don't come with the dream. So a goal without an action plan is just a daydream. And if you're not hustling every day towards your goal and just talking about it, then you just wasting your damn time. Because sacrifices could be, you sacrificing toxic friends or toxic family members. Maybe you watching too much TV or playing too many video games or too much social media, overindulgence in whatever your vice is, when you should be putting in the work into your craft and whatever it is you do. So the lifestyle you want is not free, but if you go hard daily, it'll be worth it in the end. Just ask yourself this: what am I doing daily that's hindering me from my goals? Another question is, what loser friends or family do I need to eliminate from my circle? If they're not adding some type of value to your life, then they don't deserve to be a part of your life. That's just how I feel about it, and that's just what it is. So sometimes you have to make sacrifices. So you may not need that new console that just came out, or those new J's that just dropped or whatever. You can use that money into buying some new gear, upgrading your gear, or paying for some type of marketing service to put whatever it is you got going on, put your brand out there more. So you just need to make sacrifices and choose your priorities accordingly. So that's number 5, make sacrifices. So we're going to recap. We're going to recap on the 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful. Number 1, y'all need to know that success is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So basically, you're just going to have to trust the process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Just make sure you put that work in every day towards your overall goal. So that's number 1. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. Number 2 is self-motivation. Life gonna come with setbacks. That's just a part of the game. But just know that you just need to be self-motivated, and don't let self-doubt get you down. So just stay self-motivated. That's number 2. Number 3 is never stop learning. Always educate yourself on your craft and your industry. And number 4 is how to sell. Whatever you're doing, whether you're selling a product or service or your image, you need to know how to sell. You need to know how to connect with people and understand that money is simply trading. You're trading money for value in whatever it is that you do. So as long as you got some value attached to whatever it is that you do, people are willing to trade money. And number 5 is make sacrifices. You're gonna need to make better priorities. Like I was saying earlier with the example, video games may not be as important as buying that new camera or getting that new program, whatever, that's gonna help your business run more efficiently. So just learn when to make sacrifices. So that success is a marathon, not a sprint. Self-motivation. Number 3 is never stop learning. Number 4 is how to sell. Number 5 is make sacrifices. And those are the top 5 things you need to know if you want to be successful, in my opinion. If you have any more opinions, you have anything in particular you would like for me to cover on this channel, is let me know in the comment section. I drop videos every week. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can get all the latest content and you can take your career to the next level. So I'm Tony Bruce. You can catch me on IG and right here on YouTube at Tony Bruce TV, and I'm on Facebook at Tony Bruce Music. So if you like the content we're putting out here on this channel, make sure you hit the like button, share the video to somebody who you think it may be helpful to, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And before we go, y'all know I like to give a book, something that can help you to go along, to help you along your journey. And so the book I recommend today is going to be The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. That's The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. It's a quick read. It's pretty much a book. It's kind of structured like in short stories to give each story has like a theme and a message when it comes to managing your finances and kind of disciplining your life. So that's the Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Y'all go ahead and check that out. And so that wraps it up for another episode. I'm your host, Tony Bruce. And y'all remember, make moves, not excuses. Y'all stay safe, and I'm out.
Started in this world from nothing, but my dad made it something. Papa was slow rolling, candy licking and coming. I was just a seed, swimming upstream, streaming, planted in mama's womb in the form of semen. My